folks, are you ready for Harry Main? Kids, are you ready for Harry Main? Yes, perfect. Right, so without further ado, all the way from sunny Liverpool, put your hands together please for Harry Main. Grab a seat, young man. What a nice Birmingham. You can sit in the middle. You're the important one. Now, the only other thing I need to do, because I've not planned this, bear with me a second.
Oh my days.
1, 2.
Testing 1, 2.
1, 2, testing. Right, okay. Do that again. Get that selfie photo. Turn around.
Wants to be in it.
No, I don't want to be in it. I want to get the kids in it. Kids, stand, get close, stand up for a second, stand behind Harry Main.
Kai. Stand there.
Video to play. Oh, just in case you don't know who this guy is, I'm going to show you a quick, short video. In a moment, we'll show a short video. Do a few questions and answers. I'll do some interview and then we'll do some questions and answers. Here we go. Harry Main.
Let's go.
So this is all off the cuff. We're just going to roll with it and see where it goes. So really want to start with your cycling career and how it's
Still active.
still active at it, hasn't it?
Still active.
So when did you start riding a bike? How old and what bike were you on?
I want to say I started riding somewhere with unofficially around probably 7 or 8 years old. I actually just gained a bit of an interest in it, so I would be, say I'm one of 5 and then my mum would take us to like the park and I would do, say, like just riding around the football fields instead of actually playing football. Then I would do like no-handers riding along. Slowly fast forward about 3 years later or 4 years later, I hadn't ridden a bike in that long. I actually built a bike with my mum in the garden. It was weird, like there was loads of parts lying around from like different piles of bikes we'd had over the years. We actually built a bike. Interesting story, one of my friends actually built a jump. He went out the jump, which was probably like this high off the floor, and landed on a gate post. And then I never rode that day, but it made me want to ride. Then my brother told me about a skate park. Then I got the desire to go to a skate park, even though I didn't actually know what one was, and then so on and so on. That's how I got into riding bikes.
And here we are today. So when did you, because you've got a great career at the moment, which is a great career at the moment. So when did you actually start realising that this is going to be something for you, something you can take forward and not have a real job?
I think there was a turning point where it sounds probably quite weird to say, but I'm actually is that better? It's quite weird to say, like a lot of people tell me you can do this, you need to keep doing this, you need to keep doing this. But for me, I never wanted to ride bikes for that reason. Kind of a bit like mountain biking now, like it's not a career to me mentally. I just go out and ride my bike, make content, and it works. It's kind of just the same as that. I just rode bikes, and then so many people would keep saying, dude, you're getting crazy on this bike, you're getting crazy on this bike, you need to do this, go to this event. And I think the turning point was, there was a skate park in Liverpool called Rough Ride, and the skate park owner actually went to my mum, and I think just said, you need to take this more seriously, he's getting pretty crazy on this bike. So my mum took me to an event in Bristol. She wasn't really that we ever travelled with riding that much, but my mum took me to an event in Bristol where I actually went and won the event, which was quite crazy.
At what age were you at that stage?
I was about 16, 15, 16.
So how did it progress from there? Because what happened at school?
So I was in school and I got to about, I want to say about year 10, 11, and I just kind of found it hard to focus. It's probably not something I should preach because obviously I'm very fortunate that it has worked out for me. But I knew what I wanted to do, and I just wanted to do bikes, ride bikes, make content. I wanted to just document riding, and by the time I was getting to like year 10, 11, I was actually like, I had my own websites and stuff where I was like, just posting pictures and videos and stuff of like me out riding with my friends. Started to kind of feel a bit of traction, people were talking. It was kind of hard to ignore it by the time I got to like 15, 16. Didn't really pay attention too much in school, and I didn't actually finish school, so I just stopped going to school. Actually, it wasn't something that was like acceptable in my family. My family was like, this is crazy, like he doesn't want to go to school, but I just couldn't focus in school. Basically, in short term, I was quite a naughty kid in school, basically.
But kids don't listen to that,
Yeah.
because you should go to school.
You should go to school, to be honest, because I'm very fortunate that it worked out for me, and there's people as successful as me, if not more successful, who went to school. So it's not gospel.
So your career really was at the start, at the age of 16, BMXing. You were a very good BMX rider, I should say.
Racer. I'm scared of racing.
I'll take you to a BMX track one day.
30-year-old men, side by side, going at the same jump. I'm out.
You're not in for that.
No.
And yet you can do that, upside down, land to fake
That's
it.
safer. BMX racing's crazy.
You wouldn't get on a gate with me, 8 of us.
No.
Gate 4 in the middle.
I'll film it. I'll film it from the side.
Right, one of your next YouTube channels, we're going to take you to Leicester Huncoat BMX track. It's
Okay.
really good. Second,
Yeah.
third straight. We'll be there. Let's go. You're scared of racing BMX?
It's just gnarly, like the terrain as well is like on a BMX. So now if I say get on a BMX after riding mountain bikes, and I went to like a mountain bike park on a BMX, I would be like, this is wild. But BMX racetracks are like wild, like the terrain is wild, smooth tyres, loose terrain, 30 mile an hour, it doesn't make sense.
I am going to disagree with you, but after seeing you ride in the flesh and on the video, anyway, that's another discussion for another day. We'll get that YouTube video booked in. So really from a BMX career, how well did you get in the BMX community? How far up the ladder were you?
It's hard because it's a judge sport, so it's not like, as an example, racing or Formula One. There's not a finish line. So it's quite a judge sport. It's a bit like saying who's the best tattoo artist. You can't really have a best tattoo artist. I think the sport is so technical that nobody can win every event forever. It's not a thing because you just throw one bar spin in or an extra flip and you'll edge somebody else on the 2 points. I think what's interesting is I never actually was a good competition rider, even though a lot of people classed me as an amazing competition rider. I think my online popularity kind of made me seem like a better contest rider, so they would like say, next to drop in will be Harry Mayne, and I was kind of like, I'm so bad at this stuff, and I always knew it was so bad, but everybody would be like, oh, because they watched the vids.
And they all thought you were so good.
And I would usually crash. It was crazy, honestly. So I've won a few events and stuff, but it was far and in between.
So now you are, as what can we call you, a YouTube sensation, social media. That's where probably most,
It's weird, yeah.
99% of people know you from here.
It's hard to like put a title on it, I'll give you that.
What would you call yourself if you had to put your title up there? What would it be under the name Harry Mayne?
Do you know, I don't like the term YouTuber, because it all started so much longer before being a YouTuber. Like YouTube started in 2015. That's in 10 years after being self-employed BMX rider. You know what I mean? I don't dislike the term YouTuber, but I think as things progress and time goes on, there'll probably be other things after YouTube, there'll probably be things before YouTube, but YouTube's got so much exposure that I think that's what people kind of focus on a lot. I would say, like, generally, I'm just kind of like I want to say like people use the term influencer. I don't really like it that much, because I don't think everybody that watches you is influenced by you.
That's what the marketeers, the sponsors would call you,
An influencer.
an influencer, an ambassador.
Yeah.
So a lot of people here, I'm pretty sure, want to know a bit more how you sort of increase your social media profile. So where did it originally start from you? What age and what platform were you originally getting out to the world? So we started with your website.
Yeah. So before MySpace, there was websites called Pixo So I think they were just like little blogs that a few people, I don't know if they were worldwide, I don't know whether they maybe just a Liverpool thing, I don't know. But I used to take pictures at every opportunity of riding bikes with my friends. I used to upload clips of riding on every bike forum that I could possibly find. I was just always quite drilled on probably just trying to get my riding out there. You know, the more people were saying, "You're a crazy rider," I was like, well, I'm gonna try and show this off and see what other people think. So I kind of just got like into that habit and lifestyle of constantly documenting. So every time we would go out and do something, let's produce content. So if I'm gonna go and do this trick, I want to produce content, and I think that's what happened with the contests. I think a lot of riders held on to like their big tricks for their finals run. So I would already have done mine and put it on the internet. So that's where I was totally apart from other riders.
So when did you start? So you went to YouTube. Now, I mean, I've had to look at the stats and do a little bit of my homework. You've got 900,000 followers on YouTube, 490,000 on Instagram. Tried to find you on Facebook. You're there, but what's happened with Facebook?
Facebook's it's a massive conversation. In short, Facebook, once upon a time, starts as an organic app, gets organic reach. You know, anybody can pick up a bike, anybody can go, been out for a session. Once upon a time, it's a chronological feed, meaning if I post and then you post after me, you go above me. Yeah. Each app you'll see is organic, has organic reach, meaning anybody can do it. It's amazing, you just get what you've got. But then overnight they actually like stop the organic reach. When they stop the organic reach, it takes control of what's at the top. Then they begin to capitalise. Businesses have to pay to reach the top. It's quite a complex conversation. Long story short is, if you're an influencer, content creator, a brand, my personal opinion on Facebook is there's no organic reach, so unless you can spend money on advertising to reach the top of the timeline, it's dead.
So you're saying to everybody here that wants to increase their social media profile, would you post on Facebook?
The problem with Facebook is, to be an organic page, you have to 5,000 friends. So I would say no personally. That's my personal preference. There's definitely still people who are huge on Facebook and they do it differently. But I would say it's kind of been and gone, Facebook, in my opinion.
So the two platforms that you really use is Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a long conversation, the difference between Instagram and YouTube. So, but talk to us about Instagram.
Instagram's
and how you use that, and tips that you can give the audience here. Because everyone's on social media, everyone wants to increase it.
I think it's about, it comes down to like watch time. I think it's about 4,000 subscribers maybe, or X amount of minutes watch time. YouTube's a hard one to crack, but I think it's more consistent once you get it going. I think there's like less on there. I think it's a little bit more like a website. It's actually Google, so basically if you use the same optimization skills that you would use to get a website to rank at the top of Google, you can actually use a similar optimization skill on YouTube to make a video be like a ranked video. I think there's more consistency, and I think things stay at the top for longer. Something like Instagram's a lot more disposable in context to YouTube. I think YouTube's a bit more like someone would go back and watch other videos and people uploading less. Was that the question?
Yeah, that's answered that for me. With YouTube as well as itself, when you're posting up a video, do you have a schedule, a time when it goes up?
I think at the beginning I didn't. The more it's become saturated, there's a lot more people content creating and stuff. You have to think, like, I was YouTubing in 2013, we were putting Harry Manias up. So the video we just watched, we were making those videos for YouTube in 2013. In fact, we were making videos in 2011 and 12. So back then you could drop a video, and then anytime somebody clicked on YouTube, it was a lot less saturated, so it could be seen. So now you have to definitely be a little bit more strategic, but definitely not as crazy as Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or something like that.
The competition is certainly higher. Do you take, how much do you prioritise when you put the title in? Do you have like, do you try and make it a snazzy caption that's going to catch people and hook them with hashtags as well? How important is that on YouTube for you?
I think you have to find a balance. I think if you're chasing titles, I've learned this from personal experience. Like my most successful video, I've deleted because I don't like it. I don't like where it was in my life. I don't like. There's just different aspects of it. But I think the main objective here is to keep somewhere between being true to yourself on something you're genuinely interested in. At the end of the day, the reason why you would want to make content is because it's a dream job. So why would you want to make dream content about something just for views? Doesn't make any sense. So I think you've got to find the balance between something that's true to yourself and something that's watchable. So then what you do is you pick your subject. So say you're as an example, you might be say you're into dogs, yeah? You think, I love dogs, I love all kinds of dogs. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make videos about dogs. You could actually look at the demographic and decide, okay, this is the most popular dog. This dog gets the most search history. This dog gets the most interaction, comments, likes, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty simple. You would then use that dog, make a video about a dog or a bike or whatever. But I think you have to be into it. I think that's the key. I think people know when you're not into it. I think if I went and made videos today about something I'm totally not into, like BMX racing, then it wouldn't work because I wouldn't want to hit the tracks, you know what I mean?
I'm going to convert you. Let's have a good go.
By the way, I love BMX racing.
There we go. We're going to get you on a BMX track soon. Okay, so what's next for Harry Main then? Okay, you've gone from BMX, you've kind of jumped to the dark side.
Is that mountain biking?
Mountain biking. Now you're pretty handy on the BMX. You've moved to the mountain bike market, the scene. What's the big difference between the people that BMX use the BMX with to the people you mountain bike with today?
So BMX kind of went through that whole, I want to say like apex moment where I became a bit of a superstar in the sport and then, you know, did everything that comes with that stuff. Kind of off the back of that, I kind of was like, it sounds really bad to say, but I got quite anxious about going to skate parks, going to places. There was always more to it than just riding by that point because of what I'd been through, done, deals I'd had. It was a pretty complicated situation, but probably only from my perspective. So what I found about mountain biking was it was a lot more, I won't say private, it was a lot more private, it was a lot more proper. So you would go to the bike parks, the type of audience demographic, the people who ride. I found them honestly to be a little bit more like, at the time, open-minded. I would find they were like probably usually business owners. They were usually like into watching all the vids, not my vids, any vids, mountain bike vids. So just a little bit. You seemed a little bit more outgoing, Craig. In regards, you showed up. But they kind of just seemed a little bit more like cooler to be around, really, the mountain bike community and stuff. So I started going to bike parks, and I kind of got like pretty addicted to it. Actually, it's cool.
Because I watched some of your videos where you've gone to bike parks. And you seem pretty scared.
Oh, I'm so bad at it. Honestly, seriously, the videos, I swear to you now, you ask any rider who's actually good on a mountain bike, am I fast? He will tell you, hell no, he's so slow. Like, I look fast in the videos, I'm so slow. I'm so bad at it. It's good.
Have you ever raced mountain bikes? Yeah. Raced mountain bikes?
No. The thing with mountain biking that I enjoy the most is that I'm bad at it. What I noticed about BMX in the long run was through the apex moment of becoming a superstar in it, the fun was gone away. So it is still fun if I get a BMX and I go out for a ride, I still enjoy it. But the main objective of mountain biking is I don't want to get good, I'm not interested. If somebody said to me, you're going to be the best mountain biker in 3 years time, I'd stop now. I'm not interested, I want to ride like I used to ride.
Is that because you're lazy, you don't want to train?
It's hardly because I'm lazy. No, it's just, it's simple, you know, it's just more about the bikes. Like, I can't tell you, like, when I've been coming to this cycle show for probably 8 years. I've competed at this cycle show, I broke my wrist at this cycle show in 2016. I think when it was maybe the bike show before this. Yeah. Was that the same thing? I don't know. Anyway, but the craziest thing when I walked through that door, I felt like a kid at Christmas. I was like, oh my God. But I've never felt like that before, ever when I've been to this. So it's a true representation that I have fully rejuvenated the look of riding bikes. And I think that's incredible.
The interesting thing, I walked, when I first met this morning in here, we walked past the Yeti stand, and there's an old school Yeti with a Tioga disc drive, and I was like, Look at
Yeah,
this.
you were losing it.
I was looking at this strive, it's Kevlar stuff and all these anodized purple parts, and you were like, that means nothing to me.
Nothing to me.
And I could have punched you. I was like, what are you on about? It's beautiful. And he turned around and went, at that Yeti, a modern, I don't know what it was, an SB,
Like an SB
150 or something, yeah. And you were drooling over that.
It's funny because when I rode BMX in the skate parks for years, there was so many mountain bikers, so many Kashima forks, so many Hope brakes, so many Santa Cruz frames, it was everything. And I did not pay attention. And now when I'm driving down the road, I will see a set of Kashima forks on the back of a BMW from 5 Mile. I'm like, up, down, what's he got? What's his bike?
We've all done that, don't worry.
It's good, I like it.
So from a mountain bike point of view, we're going to get you to a BMX race, we're going to get you to a mountain bike race,
I'd crash.
a downhill race, you haven't got a pedal.
The hardest thing about mountain biking for me though is I do have bike talent.
We don't doubt that.
I'm just saying, like, it's if I go to a downhill park, I know if I pedal twice as fast, I'll probably make it work. And I probably could be faster, and I probably could try harder. But my God, it hurts falling off mountain bikes. Like, tell you a story.
Hold on a second, you can't tell me falling off a mountain bike on a bit of dirt, on a downslope where you've got the momentum
No.
and you do 3 somersaults. It's
Horrible.
worse than you
Oh, it
slamming
is.
at the skate park.
100%. I had my first crash on downhill, going about 30 mile an hour down Revolution Bike Park, and I had a fever the same night, and I swear to you, I was hot cold all night, totally in shock. It was insane. I hit that bank and was like, this is bad stuff if you crash.
But were you fully padded up, knee pads, elbow pads?
Everything. And it felt like I'd been to war. Ruthless.
Why don't BMXers wear helmets, street riders?
Well, actually, it's funny you say that. I sort of picked my BMX up the last sort of week or so. I started riding a little bit more. And I've been riding an Enduro helmet. And if you go through the comments in the Instagram videos, so many people are like, what's he riding an Enduro helmet for? I will tell you right now, I probably had 8 or 10 bad concussions. Last concussion I had in BMX was 4 months. Really bad. Couldn't think. I'd land in the kitchen and be like, what am I doing in the kitchen?
Head over to the B12 Retail Finance stage in Hall 2 for a Q&A session with the father of BMX freestyle, Bob Howard.
The G.
Stay in your seats for that.
The B12 Retail Finance stage for a Q&A session with the father of BMX freestyle, Bob Howard.
That means
Starting at 1 o'clock.
a couple of concussions. Did it affect your memory?
No, I feel like I healed pretty well. I was always super careful about that. But my point being is,
I'm on about that 100 quid on it last week.
I smashed my head on that crash that I'm talking about
Yeah.
in my first mountain bike head plant. And what I will say to you is, my God, the engineering in a mountain bike helmet is incredible. Yeah. So now you won't see me in a BMX helmet because the mountain bike helmets are just—it's the industry, the size of the industry in comparison to BMX. I love BMX, I always will. It's gave me a life that I'm forever grateful for. But the engineering that goes into mountain bike lids is on another level. I couldn't recommend anybody save the concussions by wearing a proper helmet.
There we go. We're going to get thrown off in it because Mr. Harrow is coming. One last question, I'll go for some questions and answers, then we'll have some photo opportunities. We'll have to do it over there. The bigger you become in social media, the more famous you become, the more criticism and negative comments that you get. So I don't understand why, because people sometimes are very negative. But they can be